Yo, what's up guys, Made Pellier, and I'm back bringing another Pokemon VGC 15 Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. Again, another replay battle from the battle spot, and this is an epic battle I had, and I literally just had this battle the other day, and this is one of the most recent battles I've had, which is something different. I've normally been bringing you guys battles that I've had in the past, from me laddering up, but this is a battle, one of my most recent battles, what I've just literally had, and it was a fantastic battle, and I definitely wanted to share this video with you. So at the time of the battle, I was currently on tilt, and I am still currently on tilt at the time of this video going up, which is really unfortunate, but at the same time I still had an epic battle. So looking at team preview, I'm actually running Shrop's team. For any of you guys who don't know who Shrop is, he is actually a fantastic battler, featured on Calcole's channel a lot. So a huge shout out to Shrop and Calcole for his team. Calcole's YouTube channel is down in the description bar below, definitely go check him out, he's a fantastic battler. Uploads some fantastic content ranging from doubles to VGC. And the rest of my team does in fact consist of a Sylveon and a Talonflame. Looking at my opponent's team, he's running a pretty standard team. His other two Pokemon are in fact Thundurus and Milotic. So this is definitely a very threatening looking team, but it's an absolute fantastic battle, so let's just get straight on into this. So I'm actually going to decide to lead off with my Landorus and my Kangaskhan, as my opponent is going to lead off with the exact same lead, so a mirror match right off the bat. So there's a number of possibilities what I could do here. I could decide to just fake out his Landorus, and he could also fake out my Landorus, and we share fake outs. I could decide to just double target his Kangaskhan with a fake out and superpower. But as you can see, it does reveal that I am Scarf. I don't actually find out whether his Landorus is Scarf, because my Intimidate does activate before it. But here, I don't want to play around with any speed ties, and I don't want to lose my Kangaskhan early on. So what I'm going to decide to do is just decide to go into my Egg Slash and target down his Kangaskhan with a superpower. As you can see, it does just decide to go straight for that fake out, staying in the regular Kangaskhan form, so most likely packing the Inner Focus over the Scrapper, which is great information to know, as I do know my Egg Slash does in fact wall his Kangaskhan, as he did try to superpower my my Kangaskhan slot. So here what I'm going to decide to do is I believe I'm just going to decide to go straight for the superpower onto the Kangaskhan slot. As I see, his Kangaskhan actually reveals Protect. Protecting fake out was something new I've never seen before. Definitely caught me off guard, as he does manage to switch out his Landorus, which is locked into superpower, which pretty much cannot touch me, and just decide to go into his Heatran. So that's a nice free switch for my opponent. So here what I'm actually going to do is expect him to go out into his own Landorus now, not wanting to take a superpower. I'm actually going to decide to pull a switch and go out into my Rotom Wash, because my Rotom Wash is a fantastic matchup versus both his Heatran and of course his incoming Landorus, which I do manage to predict correctly. And what I'm actually going to decide to do is just go straight for that safe King Shield, I do believe. Is my opponent actually goes for Protect. So that works out fine with me. I could have potentially predicted the Protect, as I could have easily targeted down the Heatran slot with the superpower. But I did just want to play it safe in case my opponent decided to over-aggressively predict that. So here, I do know his Landorus cannot really touch my Rotom or my Egg Slash at this point. So I'm expecting it to switch out, and what I'm actually going to decide to do is just double target the Heatran. As he does go for that U-turn, get off a little bit of chip damage on my Rotom, which is good for my opponent, and actually bring in his Ferrothorn. So here, his Heatran does in fact reveal Sub. Unfortunately though, I do miss the Hydro Pump, but it's not going to be too problematic, as like I did mention, I did double target the Heatran slot, and the Shadow Ball will be enough to break the Sub, which is great for me. However, the extra damage from the Shadow Ball would have definitely been nice on the Heatran, but I don't believe it comes into play too much. So as you can see here, what I'm actually going to do is, I believe I'm just going to predict my opponent to go for the Protect with Heatran again here, and actually decided to go for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Ferrothorn here. The reason why I went for the Will-O-Wisp is because after the burn, if he's not packing Lum, which he isn't, which is absolutely fantastic for me, I do know I can live a Power Whip, I'm pretty sure. But here, he actually reveals he's running Seed Bomb, which is fine, because like I did say, my Rotom Wash can live that, which is fantastic for me, and I will be able to heal back with my Citrus Berry, and I did manage to set up a substitute with my Egg Slash, which is fantastic. Egg Slash being behind the sub is definitely a very scary Pokemon indeed. So here what I'm actually going to do is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to switch on out now, go into my Landorus, expecting him to switch on out his Heatran into his Kangaskhan. The reason being is the Kangaskhan can easily take a Hydro Pump from my Rotom Wash, and in turn it can retaliate back with a secondary Seed Bomb, which I'm pretty sure will take me out at the range of HP I'm at. So I'm going to pull a switch and go into my Landorus now, just to get off the Intimidate onto both his physical type attackers. And once again, reducing his Ferrothorn's attack even lower, and I'm actually going to decide to target his Ferrothorn here now, as it is quite problematic. The burn plus the Shadow Ball damage is easily going to put it into range where a superpower will kill. In fact, I'm pretty sure a secondary Shadow Ball will in fact kill. and that -1 burnt seed bomb isn't going to do anything to my Landorus, which is fantastic. So here, I definitely wanted to predict his Landorus T-switch and actually go for the U-turn. But I did just decide to play it safe because I've been making a lot of aggressive reads. So I do just decide to go straight for the superpower. I expected actually a fake out, to be perfectly honest, but that's not going to be the case, as he does just decide to switch on out into his Landorus, which is a smart play, as I believe I double targeted the Kangaskhan slot, trying to get off a fake, superpower or a flash cannon. And as you can see, I do just target that Kangaskhan slot. I do manage to do a decent chunk to the incoming Landorus, which is nice, as he goes for a seed bomb onto the Landorus again at this point. Doing a decent chunk, I suppose, but what I'm actually going to decide to do now is, being locked into the superpower, what I'm actually going to decide to do is just target down the Ferrothorn and just take out the Ferrothorn here, which is nice. I'm not too sure, however, if that was a speed tie. I'm assuming he is in fact choice locked, but after the Iron Barbs, it's going to be in the my Landorus is going to be in the range where his Landorus' Rock Slide will KO me, and that's exactly what I just decided to go for. Just decided to go for the Rock Slide and does in fact take out my Landorus. So as you can see, we're both going to lose a Pokemon here. The first Pokemon to go down was actually on turn 9. Now I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball and actually pick up a double KO. So 3 KOs on turn 9, which shows how close this game has been so far. So I'm in a very advantageous position. I'm 3-2 up and my Aegislash is behind sub. However, this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. So his last two, of course, are his Mega Kangaskhan and his Heatran at this point. So I'm just going to decide to switch on out into my Kangaskhan, get the free switch into that. So what I'm expecting is a fake out onto my Kanga slot and a Heat Wave. There's nothing I can do to prevent that because I'm not packing the Protect. I am actually packing fake out. And he will outspeed, of course, being Mega Kangaskhan, and I'm just going to Mega Evolve now. So he is just going to go straight for that fake out and the Heat Wave play, like I did mention, which is fine. Like I said, nothing I could do to prevent this, but I do know I can live. My Kangaskhan can live that combination and lives it relatively well, I suppose. And I'm just going to go for the Flash Cannon onto the Kangaskhan slot after he does in fact break my substitute. So I do just go for that Flash Cannon and I actually score a crit, doing a huge chunk of damage, which I don't believe actually going to matter too incredibly much, considering I still have my Rotom in the back and my Kangaskhan. I only really need a 2-on-1 situation versus this Kanga, and I should be pretty much fine. So here what I'm actually going to do is, predicting that Protect, I'm actually just going to go for a safe King Shield, and I'm actually going to decide to target down the Heatran with the Locate. Very risky play, as it could have easily gone straight for the Sucker Punch of his own. I suppose he didn't want to risk a speed tie here. So I do make that aggressive play and go for that Locate onto the Heatran, which works out fantastically well for me, as now I am in a 3-on-1 situation. My opponent is just going to run, and that is going to be the game. So this was an absolute fantastic game. I really did enjoy this. I believe I made some fantastic plays, some fantastic reads versus my opponent, and it worked out great for me. And so yeah, I was extremely happy after this game. So I hope you guys did enjoy this epic battle. I know I did. If you did, be sure to leave a like, smash that like button, leave a comment down below on the most epic games you've had, whether it's VGC, Smogon OU, whatever tier. Just let me know what kind of epic games. I love to hear your stories, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.